Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to revitalize some flower pots I've got. I've got 4 of these basket type that I got from Amazon. Last year I had a little bit of brown paint, so I just took a sponge and went across the edges to make it define itself. But this time I'm going to repaint the whole thing. Brush them off, get all the cobwebs off of it and the dust and pollen. Wash it down with some alcohol. Then we're going to spray paint it with this hammered metal paint in the color of red. This is my favorite paint. It sticks to everything. Pay attention to your stuff when you're painting because you'll notice there that it didn't get the bottoms of those. When I flipped it over, you can see that it didn't paint all the way. I don't even realize it at this point. I'm trying to paint the little square holes and the inside edge, and it takes me a minute to realize it. The whole thing's not painted. There, I finally realized it, and I was racing with that can because it was almost out. Here we're going to use the same kind of paint in copper. And we're going to paint these chains. They're not in bad shape, but I like to redo them all if I'm going to do some of it. And here we're going to put them back together. I didn't paint the insides. I didn't see the point. Just the first quarter of an inch because that's all you're really going to see, if that. Those inserts that go in pretty much cover it though, so. And here we're going to stick some begonias in there. I do love those begonias. I won't put a picture of them hanging up yet because where they're going, I'm going to have to clean the carport and put up the hooks for them to go on. So I'm just going to hang them off the side of the wheelbarrow for right now. And here on these brown pots, they're already painted. I painted them last year. I painted them brown. And it's a nice brown paint. The paint's still in good shape, but they needed something else. These pots used to have flowers on them, but the flowers got old and were cracking and peeling. They were some kind of plastic that was shrunk down on the pot. So I decided to put more flowers on. So I went and looked in my stash, and I had some cardstock. This paper sheet is from the a Mary Poppins pack I had got a long time ago. But I made all the cards I wanted to out of it. I don't even think I saw Mary Poppins in it. But it had the merry-go-rounds and the little kids and all the kites and stuff. But I thought these flowers would look good. That blue would really look good with that brown. So I'm kind of bubble cutting around the flowers. And then I'm going to Mod Podge them on. You could fussy cut these if you wanted. I'm not a fan of fussy cutting unless I have to. So I would rather not. I'm going to cause some problems with these pots. You're going to see in a minute. You see I shook the Mod Podge? Well, when I did, it made some kind of foam in it. And that foam's going to dry into a foamy mess. But we're going to camouflage that. I found it hard to make it curve around that pot, so I went back and put some water in a bowl and dipped them in the water and just laid them there and let them soak up what water they did. I didn't leave them in it for long. And once they were wet, they formed better. And I also cut around the edges, just making some snips. If they overlap each other a tiny bit, it's not going to hurt nothing. Nobody's going to pay that much attention. And frankly, if people's up there in your flower pots with a magnifying glass, you need to tell them bye. I'm gonna take the this. I got this out of order, but I'm taking the old dirt out of the pots and putting them back in with a brand new bag of potting soil. And then I'm gonna add a bag of cow manure and some peat moss. Because there's nothing wrong with the old dirt. It's probably just kind of dead with nutrients. So we're gonna just stir some new nutrients into it, and that should get us a good rich dirt to put back in these pots. I couldn't find my little hand shovel. I don't know what I did with it. I guess it's in the building. I wasn't going digging for it. I think when I cleaned out the gutters and I put everything in the building from the gutters, I put the little hand shovel too because that's what I was using to help with it. Now you just fill your pots up with it. Now you see there's those lines, that's the Mod Podge. It's foamy and dried that way. So we're going to camouflage it with some paint. I didn't want to repaint the pots. So we're going to take some white paint and we're going to paint lines. Then I'm going to take some blue paint and I've got some of those dauber sponges on a stick from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to put blue dots around the pot after I put the lines in. And for some reason, I misplaced the blue dot placing, but it's not that hard. You just dip it in the paint and hold it steady and smack it to the thing. You notice I'm getting white thumbprints at the top, so I'm just going to take that paint and I'm going to make a line through there. And anything we've messed up, we'll just camouflage right over it. And there it is finished with the blue dots and the white lines. So I'm going to put a final coat of Mod Podge, non-shaking, on top of it. I can't remember if I used gloss or matte. I believe I used the gloss. You can use either one. The brown paint was already glossy. And those are half pearls that I had a pack of on the bottom. I put a drop of E6000 and slapped it in it so it would make feet because the dishes I had it sitting in were flat. I've got some newer ones from Dollar General that aren't flat, so but it's fine with these little feet like they are. Use what you got, right? And I don't remember what these are called. Are those called coxcombs? I'm not sure. But I'm putting one of those and a begonia in there. Because these are pretty big pots. And I figured two will be okay. I'm having the voiceover outside, so excuse the noise. And here they are finished. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.